So I know there'll be more details released in this week, but I was just wondering, are there any updates on your thoughts for the format for the spring game coming up and what you'd like to see from that?
Yeah. Andy, we started talking a little bit about it. I feel pretty good where we're at in practice. Probably just divide up the roster, and at least for the first half, make it as much to a game-like as we can. I still don't think I'm going to tackle to the ground, truthfully, but we'll see where we're at. We'll divide up the roster, probably divide up the staff, and at least for the first half, we'll try to make it as realistic as we can. In the second half, based on, who's available for the spring game, how deep we are at the time, we'll see what we do in the second half. But I'd like to make it as game-like as we can and let the guys have a little fun in the stadium. They deserve it. They've done an awesome job.
So you think more like traditional scoring format? I know sometimes.
Yeah, if you score a touchdown, we'll give you 6. If you make the extra point, we'll give you 7. If you want to go for 2, we'll give you 2. Field goals will be 3, but I'm not going to have a system where it's 3 points for this, 4 for that, 6 for that. Let's just go play football and keep the rules. They've been around for a while, and I don't want to mess them up.
What does this last week this last stretch of spring practice look like for you guys? What are the final goals you have for wrapping up?
So we basically, as we've talked the whole way, we've done a really good job with first and second down. We've implemented third down, red zone, different areas on the field, different situations. I want to play football, get away from scripting a lot of periods and, let the coordinators call it, let the players play it, react to the down and distance, and just, make it more game-like. Put them in the situations, use the play clock, get everybody on the sideline, and just make it more, like we talked about, make it more game-like. So that's what I'd like to see in the last stretch, but still never getting away from fundamentals and technique because that's who we're going to be. And the guys have done an awesome job and the coaches as well.
I guess another question I had was, we talked a lot about the edge rushers and specifically Brandon and Marcus. I was just hoping to ask about Sheeta and what his development has been and what you see from him this spring.
Yeah, I think Sheeta's taken a step. Actually, in the team meeting today, I showed a power clip of him rushing off the edge, and I think he's taken a step. I think he's playing faster. I think he's stronger, and we need him to be because we need that edge rush this year. Coach O has done a really good job with those guys. I thought the D-line today, I just told the team, I thought the D-line had their best practice of the camp, and that's what we're going to need if we're going to be good on defense. So I think Sheeta's a big part of that.
And last question before I'll hand off to Rich, but Ethan Williams back. I read in the practice notes that he made a pretty good toe tapping grab in the red zone. What's it like to have him back? And again, you just have this depth with the wide receiver room.
The depth is huge because you know how it goes with wide receivers with all the running that they do. You need a lot of them. It's really good to have Ethan back. And, yeah, the catch he made was awesome. Sure. This morning in the team meeting, I actually showed a clip of him blocking, which if you guys remember last year when we started talking about him before he got injured, he was one of our more physical, tougher wideouts. And he made a great block yesterday in a very tough position. And to me, that says more about him than the catch he made. So I'm really glad he's back. I think he brings another dimension to that room, and I'm excited to see him develop for the rest of the spring and then going for further in training camp.
Okay. Hey, Jeff, are you feeling that some areas where you're turning a corner right now, even this early?
We're getting better, Rich. I feel like we're getting better. I think individually our players are getting better. Like I talked about, we've implemented more scheme, so I feel like the players are starting to understand it better. I don't know if we've turned the corner yet, but I think our guys are getting better, and that's the most important thing for us.
Where's the front seven looking? I mean, we know the edge rushers are there, but what about defensive tackle and linebackers? Are you seeing progress in those two positions?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said today, Rich, today I thought our D-line, whether it was the interior or on the outside, I thought they had their best day. They got off the ball. They penetrated really well. They won their one-on-ones in the pass rush stuff. And then the linebacker position, there's a lot of guys competing for those jobs still. And, certain days some guys will flash, and then other days other guys will. So, I told that group, I don't care if that job's won this spring. I just want them to get better and more comfortable. And whether it's a returning vet, a transfer, or a rookie, we're going to play the best player. And it might take training camp to figure out. So I'm not in a rush for that.
Okay, just a few more things. Aaron Bumari, is he taking advantage? Is he his 5th year this year?
Boom will be back. This is the healthiest I've seen him because last year at this time he was still coming off an injury. And during the season, if you remember, we really limited him a lot. He looks really strong right now. It's the best I've seen him kick the ball. So he is using that extra year, which is awesome.
That's kind of like a position. You don't want to find out if you have a kicker when it's, 12 seconds to go in the 4th quarter. I mean, is it at least having that stability at that position pretty good right now?
Huge. And Boom's also, he's such a great guy. And him and I have, I believe, and I hope he'd say the same, a really good relationship to the point where, in a game, I feel comfortable now. And, hey, what do you think? Be honest with me. And going out to the 4th quarter, same thing, because, he kicked the game winner for us. And, if you go back to the Syracuse game last year, I put him out there in some tough situations on some long field goals because I trust him. Well, I trust him even more now as a player and a person. And I think we have a really good relationship where I think we'll see it pay off next year. And, yeah, it's nice to know that you got to go for a game winner or a big field goal, that you got a guy that you trust who's done it before.
Is that Snapper you brought in? Is he in contention for that job? Is there a competition at that position even?
Yeah, there's going to be competition in every position.
Okay.
He's 100% in the competition. And, Gunnar and Aiden are both doing a really nice job. So we'll see how it plays out.
Who's the holder right now, or who is in contention for holder?
Tess is doing a good job, and Grant holds, so you got 2 guys who have done it. Obviously, we saw Tess doing a great job last year. Even if you go back to the Pitt game, he had some great holds there. And obviously, you saw what he did in the Clemson game on a fake, and probably doesn't get enough credit for all that he does. And, even more, that guy won. He's school. He academically crushes it. I think he's going to finish his degree in like 3 years. He's one of the greatest guys and leaders on the team, and just glad he's around. Tess is an awesome guy and great to have on the team.
When they have things on the other side of the field, you just have them down and just do repetitions on snapping, holding, kicking.
When the kickers are constantly working, they're working on the holding, they're working on the snapping, the kicking. Those guys are probably drawing up more fakes than the coaches, Rich. After Tess got the one taste of the Clemson.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
He's begging me. We can throw it, kick it, run it. Just ask him. He could probably throw it up and catch it himself and score. So those guys are a great group, and they're fun to be around.
Okay, I'm good. I'm looking forward to 11 o'clock game on Saturday. So,
are you coming, Rich?
If you're inviting, I'm coming.
All right, well, I'm going to see if Jason gives me the green light to invite you. You two, because you showed up today and no one else did. We might have to take Dan's invitation back or something. Rich, what's he sleeping in?
I don't know.
Dan just had a baby, so he's got a good excuse.
Oh, yeah, that was, yeah.
Hold on, when did he have the baby?
This week.
Well, make sure we got to get Dan, we got to get a little BC something for the baby. So congratulations to Dan and his wife and family. We're fired up for you, Dan. So don't worry about missing. He could have Zoomed with the baby on, right, Dan? Where are you at, man? Dan, if you're listening, congratulations.
Thanks.
First children, forget it. He's just,
Hey, Rich, if you see Julian, tell him we still miss him.
Okay. Will do.
All right, guys. I appreciate you two coming on the Saturday. And you guys need anything, let me know.